Welcome into the DNVR Rockies Podcast. I am Patrick Lyons.
I'm Suzie Hunter. Look at this. We have a brand new Studio B upstairs now. This is like the coolest thing ever. I'm a little obsessed with it. This will be my preferred studio from now on. But Patrick, good to see you. Good to see your wallpaper of baseball cards.
Of guys. Managers.
No, of they're dudes.
Oh, they are all dudes. They're all like 50 and 60-year-old dudes now. But at the time, that's what baseball cards are for, is to capture peak dudedom. I'm not sure if you realize that's what they were originally created for, but that's a little bit of the backstory and the history of baseball cards capturing.
How dare you mansplain baseball cards to me? Patrick, can you even name 3 players?
I'm more inclined to name 3 women, or name a woman. How about that?
Name a woman.
Name a woman. Oh boy, we're going to be naming some rookies today because that was probably one of the highlights of Tuesday night's loss to the Arizona Diamondbacks. We are going to, not disparage all serpents because we might not be fans of the Diamondbacks, but we do like some snakes. So we're going to do a snake-style fantasy snake draft. If you don't know what that is exactly why you need to continue following along with us right now, live on YouTube on the DNVR
snake draft.
Channel. It is. It'll have to be. It'll have to be that way. That's the only possible format that we can get to, and we're just going to have our typical fun here, talking Rockies, talking Diamondbacks. The Tuesday's takeaway from the loss, unfortunately, to the Diamondbacks 5-1 loss on Tuesday night was the kids are all right. It was good to see so many of the young dudes being dudes.
They were dudes. What did you call Tovar the other night? Was it Tovar? Because
someone.
that dude, was it you or was it someone else?
Someone.
But yeah, someone recognized that Tovar is he's hitting a lot of doubles right now. He's been fun.
Yeah, he's a doubles machine. Either it has to be Tovar, like Tovar with a W there, TWOVAR, or Tovar with 2 O's because doubles. He's a doubles machine. Had 2 last night in a 3-hit performance. The second of his career, second this season. He had that single that he got was right there in the 9th inning, trying to get a little rally going, get something going late in the ball game. Of course, it did not work, but nevertheless, he right now has 15 doubles. That's tied for 5th most in the National League and most by a rookie in all of Major League Baseball. Ezequiel Tovar.
And that is really exciting to hear, too. Where does Corbin Carroll rank in all of this? My question.
Not first. He does have a lot of home runs. He's got an advantage. We'll break that down to a little bit of a race because I feel like that's one of the fun little side stories in this series, right? We had Freeland, Gallen going toe-to-toe on Tuesday night. We'll break that down just a little bit. But it was also about those rookies. And another one of the young guys that ended up doing it in a big way was Nolan Jones. So awesome that he was finally able to break through in a big way. Not only does he hit his first home run as a member of the Colorado Rockies, does it in the 9th inning, takes away the shutout for the Diamondbacks. Too bad, so sad.
That was the one little silver lining. Yeah, seeing that 1 home run, not getting shut out. But man, Zac Gallen was cooking yesterday too. It was tough to see.
Yeah, he was really good. Are you a fan of Nolan Jones getting everyday playing time at first base? Do you think maybe, mix in a little Elihuris Montero, or stick with one guy, kind of ride him out a little bit and figure it out from there?
I mean, I think right now you have to stick with Nolan Jones because he's hot right now. Yeah. So that's like my what's the word I'm looking for? I'm in like rookie form today too. That's my take.
Opinion?
Is that really the word I was looking for?
Opinion?
Can someone fire me? Like, what? No, but like while Nolan Jones is hot, you got to keep him out there, and then you reassess as the season goes on.
Suzie, we're going to give you a pass because this is the first real late series of the season. I think when the week opened, all right, we had a 7:40 game in San Diego. The 2 games in LA were at 8:10 p.m. But that was the first week of the season.
I was also out there in LA, so it was 7 o'clock for me.
So it's a little bit rough for me. But for you, even more so, because you're right. You were just at the normal time frame for you, so that actually makes sense. So you know what? We will absolutely give you a pass on that. Do not worry about being.
Wow, thank you for your generosity.
tongue-tied.
Wow.
Serpentine.
Incredible.
Is it a bifurcated tongue? Do you know?
A what?
A bifurcated tongue.
Is that a tongue that's split?
Yes. Like a snake.
No, not like a snake. I do not have a snake tongue. Do not include me in your snake draft.
I
no
feel
one
like
knows what that means but us.
I feel like
no one knows.
I also feel like we need to have a vocabulary word of the day. If so, we got it out of the way early. It's bifurcated, something that's split in two like that, like a snake's tongue. Bifurcated.
Like a snake's tongue. Okay.
Maybe that could be a nickname for Blair Calvo. Bifurcated? No, that doesn't work.
It doesn't make sense. I have a nickname for Blair Calvo.
What?
The Blair Pitch Project.
Done. That was good. I saw that. That was really good. I did see that on Twitter. That was nice.
Thank you. Yeah, I need to ask him if he even knows what that movie is. I mean, that movie came out when I was in elementary school. I've never even seen it, but you remember the cultural significance. But I wonder if he's even heard of it.
Yeah, that was a big movie at the time. That pretty much started off all the trends with, kind of found footage stuff or, cameras you have in your home and all that jazz. But Blair Pitch Project, that's really great. Blair Calvo, even better than the movie, perhaps, because he had a 1-2-3 inning in his major league debut, was placed on the 40-man roster this offseason. Carl Kaufman going down. We kind of had assumed that would probably be the case with Dinelson Lamet needing to be activated off the injured list for the start today, in fact. And that will be exciting. We'll preview that game a little bit later on in the show. But so this might be the only chance we get to see Blair Calvo with Dinelson Lamet needing to get activated. But Calvo wasted no time in getting the job done there in the eighth inning. You might even say he came in and he got outs. You could say that, couldn't you?
Was that like a direct quote from Buddy last night?
No, I had seen you and Kelsey. I didn't hear this story actually, but maybe you can offer some details. Blair Calvo, when he learned that he was getting called up to the major leagues.
Yes. Okay. So Kelsey's the one who found this out. I think she found this out from his wife originally, but they were driving because he has a baby that was born in March, like just a couple months old. So they were driving from Albuquerque to Salt Lake City to play the Bees, and they were like maybe an hour outside of Salt Lake City when they got the call that he was getting called up, but they were at In-N-Out getting food. And we can confirm it was, I think, a double animal style. That's what they got. So yeah, Kelsey out there doing God's work, getting that In-N-Out order.
Getting the scoop on that. I love that. Mm-hmm. That would also be my order, double animal style, fry, strawberry vanilla shake. That's the go-to. That In-N-Out is kind of really polluted me a bit because I stayed away from fast food for like 15 years, 20 years. And now I'm
different. It's like a different type of fast food.
And also, incidentally, I will be having an In-N-Out burger within walking distance of my home very soon.
That's right.
And when I say it like that, I should amend it to say in a couple years time, I will be having an In-N-Out burger that's a Jazzy Scooters ride away from my home because I will be going there far too frequently.
Are you a scooter guy at home?
A Jazzy scooter, one that you could sit down in.
Oh my God. Wait, are you serious?
I'm saying, because I'm going to be going there a lot, potentially. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you were just saying, okay, I understand. I thought that maybe I thought you meant you already have
Do you have an In-N-Out order that's your go-to, or you kind of just let the wind take you where it does?
I mean, I'm big on the fries. Like, I don't eat a ton of red meat, like almost none. So, like, it doesn't always agree with me. So that's why I don't like really get a lot of In-N-Out. But I've had In-N-Out before, and it's obviously so delicious.
The thing I tell most people is, and we'll talk baseball here again. Don't worry. This is all related.
Maybe we won't talk baseball again, Patrick. Don't make these promises. I'm still half of the show. I will keep us derailed for as long as possible.
Let's just jump right to the snake stuff. By the way, look at us, just our morning show. It's 1:20 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We've got our cups of coffee.
No. Oh, is yours coffee? Mine's not coffee.
Mine's coffee, yeah.
What do you think mine is?
Well, you said it wasn't coffee, so Hawaiian Punch?
No.
Hi, Sunny Delight.
No. It's Red Bull.
Oh my. Sophisticated. So sophisticated.
Pinky up, bitch.
I love that. Yeah, going back to Blair Calvo too.
Yeah, let's talk about Blair Calvo. What a great debut.
Gets the 1-2-3 inning. This dude was a 23rd round pick, and he wasn't one of those guys who gets picked late and then just sticks around. Like, that's another thing that you notice. There are guys who make their debuts in their 30s, and really it's just attrition. Like, there's guys who just end up retiring and they just stick around long enough that an opportunity comes up. No, he was drafted only in 2019. So sure, 27 years old, but still was able to do it out of a Division II school. Think about that. Turns it around in 4 years' time to make his debut out of Division II Flagler College. You big Flagler College
Where
girly?
is Flagler? Yeah, big Flagler College girly. Let me look up where it is.
Okay,
in St. Augustine, Florida. Okay.
That's it.
So that's like kind of the Jacksonville area, right?
Sure. Here's my question to you. He's only the third player to ever come out of Flagler College. Without looking this up, and I always accuse you of this, and I do apologize, and I will give you I will give you a complex when it comes to this. But what's the nickname of Flagler College, Division II school in St. Augustine, Florida? Are they? Do you have a guess? You want to guess? Go ahead. Guess.
The Flagging Flags.
No, not the Mother Flaggers. They are not the Mother Flaggers or the Father Flaggers. Are they the Saints, the Demons, the Angels, or Devils?
I'm going to say they're the Saints because they're in St. Augustine.
I can't stump you anymore. I can't. It's impossible. We know this.
Sorry, I'm just so smart and pretty and charming. Like, I can't help it. Genetic and unattainable.
James in our chat wants to know, when is there going to be a Rockies In-N-Out special?
Ooh, what is the official burger? I think the official burger of the Rockies is probably Smash Burger. So I'm going to say never. Yeah,
we don't have a burger sponsor. So, I mean, Freddy's. Hey, Freddy's. I'll do a Freddy's if they want to jump on board. DNVR Sports. But yeah, if 7 runs is tacos, 14 is double that. So you get a free double if you score 14 runs and you live within walking distance of an In-N-Out burger.
But not Jazzy
official.
Scooter different. Not Jazzy Scooter distance, just
That's
walking
right.
distance.
Yeah.
And if you don't walk there, you're
only
screwed.
in participating In-N-Out burgers, asterisk, small print, no In-N-Out burgers will participate in this. But I tell you what, we're going to participate in all the NBA Finals business because it's going down at the DNVR bar. Diehards, here's the best part about it, because if you're already signed up, you know about all the great benefits. But if you want to come down to the bar, it's $10 as a cover charge. You're going to get some Breck brews there thrown in on top of that. But if you're a diehard, don't sweat it one bit, because you get in for free for being a diehard and supporting us for years and years. You get that free shirt each and every year. You also get 20% off all the gear at DNVRlocker.com. Or if you happen to be at the bar, we'll give you 20% off there as well. And 20% off the takeover. June 10th. We've done the math, and Jurickson Profar, if he happens to have a Cal Ripken-esque streak and not miss a game, 47, he will break the record for the on-base streak at our takeover. He's doing that for us. That's pretty nice of him.
That would be so solid of him to either break that record, maybe tie that record. He's crushing it. But yeah, knock on wood. And this is wood, okay? Don't even get me started right now. But yeah, oh my gosh, we have so much great stuff going on right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The DNVR bar on the corner of Colfax and York, in a lot of different places in and around Colorado. You've got the one, the only. There's 2 of them, but there's only one, Backus and Shanker.
Backus and Shanker!
They will help you win. They've been doing it for Colorado families for over 25 years. They've won their clients over $1 billion. Who am I talking about? None other than Backus and Shanker. They are getting it done. 30 lawyers, 100 folks on staff. Best part is they're going to work for you for free. No upfront fees just to talk with them. It's really nice. No fees while they work on your case. No fees unless they win your case. They're going to help you out with accidents that weren't your fault, like motorcycle, car accidents, even rideshare. Sure, that happened. Roger Bailey, I think, was a notable Rockies pitcher in the early days of the organization, was in a taxi. Was an accident in a taxi, jacked up his arm a little bit, was never the same. You know who should have gone to?
I didn't know
Backus
that story.
and Shanker.
Backus and Shanker.
To look it up. It was taxi. It wasn't a rideshare. But hey, it's 2023.
The original rideshare. I have a friend who was like in an Uber, or maybe it was a Lyft. He was in a rideshare from an app. And like the car got hit by a garbage truck, and it was like awful. He's fine now, but like, you might have had a better time if he had Dinelson Lamet.
I would have sang along in studio, but I feel like there would have been maybe some issues on that. No, that's it. Look, they're doing it again. Denver, Aurora, Inglewood, Fort Collins. Drop by, stop by, give them a shout. And in other neighborhoods, even more than Bacchus and Schenker, is Volo Sport. Volo Sport. They've got softball, cornhole, bocce, basketball, pickleball, you name it. Rhino, Uptown, City Park, Highlands. Look anywhere and everywhere, all around Denver. Volo Sports doing it big time. You get a monthly membership program that gives you unlimited access to sports, events, social activities every night. Unlimited pickups, drop-ins, or tournaments, $20 per month, minimum 3-month membership, or $200 for the year. They also got a beta version where it's $10 a month for 3 months. So it's fantastic. Look, it's a good way, especially if you're new to Denver and you're just moving to town, or if you're just going to be here for the summer. This is a great way to find a new friend group, or a great way to meet people. I wish I had Volo Sport when I first moved to Colorado. I used Meetup. That was where it was at. And now I've gone on Meetup, and like they're just not. It's not the same. Like it's not the same groups of people going out together, doing various activities, and certainly nothing to the extent of playing all these sports that I love to play. So Volo Sport is the way to go. Volo Sport is the way to go.
Sports.
Now, Freeland versus Gallen. Was Alyssa not here for our new sound effects?
No, I think she was here. She was here the only other time we've done it.
That's right.
The inaugural. She was here for the inaugural one when it first came out of my. I was gonna say my brain. It's coming from a different place than my brain. It's like coming from my soul.
That's it. Zac Gallen, he caught some breaks with the roof open yesterday. I mean, because the
really
Rockies were tagging him, but it just wasn't working. There was a couple balls I feel like that guy got knocked down. The air can swirl in there and just keep the ball down a little bit. I mean, you say that, and then you look at Kyle Freeland, the fact that he gave up 3 home runs, and maybe that's not exactly true, but 6 innings pitched for Gallen, 5 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Freeland gave up the 2 homers in the first, and that Rockies just really couldn't come back after that.
Yeah, that was it was a tough scene. You could see the frustration on Kyle's face too. He doesn't want to be bothered with this, but man, I mean, also the D-backs are kind of good.
They are.
Like, I feel like this all just said more about the D-backs than it said about the Rockies.
Yeah,
that was my takeaway from Tuesday's game.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, the D-backs, they shouldn't be slept on. They're, yesterday's show talking with Derek Montilla about the Diamondbacks. They were that like sleeper team that everyone said, hey man, if things can go right, they've got the pieces in place. But it doesn't always work out that way. I mean, the Padres have a better roster than the Diamondbacks. They've got more potential, but yet it's not working out for them. The Diamondbacks, it is working out for them, and that's nice to see a young team do that. It should give Rockies fans some hope, because the Rockies are. Bill Schmidt said about a year behind. They're probably more like 2-3 years behind as far as their prospects go. But if Schmidt can push the right buttons like D-backs GM Mike Hazen has, then maybe the Rockies will be back in the conversation here sooner than later. 10 home runs this season. Freeland has given up to right-handed hitters, and we thought 10 was going to be the number, but then he ended up giving up one more to Corbin Carroll, a left-handed hitter. Not good to see. And Corbin Carroll then also stole 2 bases, stole second, stole third immediately. That guy, he's kind of exciting to watch.
I was going to say, he is a very exciting young player. Listen, ever since KD came in and gave him his blessing, showed up wearing the Corbin Carroll jersey, I want that for Ezequiel Tovar. I want Jokic to show up at Coors Field wearing a Tovar jersey.
He needs to do it. Look, if Bud Black's wearing a Nikola Jokic jersey, the least Jokic could do is actually show up to a Rockies game. Look, we're not going to criticize Jokic, but he has gone to a Padres game in more recent memory. So we got to fix that here at some point. He'll be around this summer, regardless of what the results are going to be in the NBA Finals, because that's why they play the game. Is it going to be a 4-game sweep? Are the Nuggets going to win it in 5? Is it going to be 6? Is it going to be 7 that they win it? Those are the only 4 options for the NBA Finals. Nuggets winning it in 4, 5, 6, or 7. But he's going to be showing up at Coors Field at some point, like all the Avs did, holding that Stanley Cup. Maybe they'll bring the Larry O'Brien trophy. I'm excited for it, but you're right. Tovar could use the Jokic bump just a little bit, like Durant gave to Corbin Carroll.
And you know what I will say? I mean, I think I was complaining about this on the show. I was complaining about this to my friend Steph when we went to the game last Tuesday. But I was like, you know what? Rockies are always going to Nuggets games. They're going to Avs games.
Yeah.
And we don't get that in return. And then Bruce Brown came, and then Justin Simmons was at the game the next day too. So I'm like, okay, 2 days in a row, we got some Denver athletes in. So obviously they are listening to the show.
This is true. This is true. Yeah, we got an article over on the DNVR.com all about, the Rockies being such big Nuggets fans, and, Kyle Freeland even saying like, hey, yeah, we want to support the other teams in our town so that, we can get that support from them. He was kind of specifically saying like when we're good, but you know what? You could just use the support whenever. So like, yeah, come on, give the rub to the Rockies. It's good.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Do you have, if you were a Rookie of the Year award voter and the season ended today, who would get your Rookie of the Year award vote? I mean, would it go to James Outman? He's kind of slowed down just a little bit. Kodai Senga has probably been the best starting pitcher. He's been okay. He hasn't been that great. He also, was in a big league before that. Miguel Vargas has been pretty good for the Dodgers. Gabriel Moreno of the Diamondbacks. We know we got Tovar as well. Is it going to be? Would it be Corbin Carroll right now as the season?
It would be. It would absolutely be Corbin Carroll right now. Yeah, he's electric. He's the most exciting dude right now.
Yeah, that would be where my vote is, but I don't think he's that, head and shoulders better than Tovar right now. I mean, the numbers obviously, favor him in just about every category. Tovar does have 2 more RBI, and that's with Tovar batting. He's been hitting 7th, 8th, and 9th for much of the year. Does have more doubles, but Carroll's got him, by home runs, higher batting average, on base percentage, and slugging. Defensively is the one area that rookies don't typically, get the benefit of the doubt for, but Tovar's defense has been better than Carroll's. Carroll's been slightly below average, but average, and Tovar's definitely been above average defensively. So still a long way to go. I think it's anyone's race for Rookie of the Year right now, I would say.
Side note, speaking of voting, did you see that All-Star voting opened up today?
I did. Got an article coming out here very soon in the next 24 hours about, who the Rockies All-Stars could be. Mike Petriello said he's got Kyle Freeland in there as an All-Star, as the Rockies representative, probably because they're true All-Star. Right now, the Rockies have one true bona fide All-Star, and that's Elias Diaz. That being said, there are a couple other catchers that are having All-Star type seasons. And if you're the second best catcher, and there's other positions where this can be true, but if you're the second best catcher, you could get squeezed out because the 5th best catcher could get all the votes and be the starter, because that's how that's how it ends up working. And so you've got the 5th best guy starting, the actual best catcher as the backup, and then there's no room for that 3rd catcher. So that obviously would be unfortunate. That's where a guy like Kyle Freeland fits in there. Maybe one of the relievers could do it. Can Randall Grichuk, he got a month, late start. Could he possibly sneak in on the outfield? Not really sure. And then Tovar too is another guy. Take a look at some of those numbers from the shortstops. No one's really jumping out ahead and saying, hey, I'm undoubtedly an All-Star. Someone's going to get voted. We know guys like Lindor and Xander Bogaerts are the big names. So yes, they will start the All-Star game, but you never know. Tovar with a really good month coming up ahead, June, and then the first week of July, maybe you could get Tovar in there, and it's someone other than, say, Freeland or Diaz.
I mean, of course, I'm just rooting for Diaz so hard right now because he has been spectacular. But yeah, we need to talk a little bit more about Kyle Freeland, and let's get Tovar into the mix. Yeah,
no, I'm definitely down for that. I don't know if you noticed, but the Diamondbacks only struck out once last night, and that was only the 71st.
I did notice that.
Yeah, it's not that frequent that the Rockies have only one strikeout. The last time it happened was a John Gray start, actually, in August of 2020. Only the 3rd time the Rockies have struck out 1 or less of the opposing hitters since the start of the 2016 season. And I was playing around with all these games, looking at them, seeing if I noticed anything that jumps out. And as it turns out, there was a game in 2006 started by Josh Fogg. The opposing pitcher was Jamie Moyer of the Seattle Mariners. This game did take place in Seattle. That was the fastest game in Rockies history, 1 hour, 52 minutes. That was a 1 strikeout game. Raul Ibanez was the only guy.
That is weird. That is weird for the one strikeout game to be the fastest game. No, baseball's not real. This whole damn sport's made up. Like, what the hell?
It's wild. Daniel Bard could be one of those guys. Again, he's not doing it in the ninth inning. He's not getting the saves, but another 1 1/3 scoreless innings pitched. He has a 0.57 ERA. That's fantastic. Profar, again, as an outfielder, it's so hard to break through on the all-star roster, but no hits. Did get the walk to start the game. His streak is up to 37 games. Love to see that.
I mean, yeah, this is so much fun. We haven't even reached peak Profar yet. What do we think about the potential of Justin Lawrence being an all-star? I mean, he's been closing games. He's been a great reliever. Did you see his tweet from last night?
Are we sure that that's him, by the way? Because it's not verified, and I think like there were.
That's him. That account used to be verified.
Oh, okay. Because there's a number
verified. Verified doesn't mean anything. The number at the end is his birthday.
There you go. January 1st.
That is really his account. No, that used
January
to be verified.
1st, 1952. That's his birthday.
Yes.
1925.
You mean?
Okay, 1925. Damn, he looks great.
Yeah.
Lawrence is definitely another one of those guys for sure that's in the mix with Brent Suter, Jake Bird, and Pierce Johnson. So you could get a reliever. It might be a stretch for 2 guys to make it. It's not unthinkable. Again, kind of depends on what the Rockies' record is going into the All-Star break, but some potential there. And Chris Bryant, he was dropped to 5th in the lineup on Tuesday night. He's now 4 for 35 over his last 10 games. Really struggling. Not sure if it's the back or if he's just slumping in general, but Chris Bryant needs to be better, needs to be a little bit more productive.
I wonder, I mean this with all due respect, I'm like, what if Chris Bryant homers just are canceled?
Then we're never going to get our free blizzards, apostrophe S.
You know what? Did Dairy Queen pay him off so he would stop hitting home runs so they wouldn't have to acknowledge this?
To silence him?
To silence him? Were you silent or were you silenced?
That's it. The apostrophe S is for silenced. Could be. But look, you don't have to be silenced at all. You can scream. You can shout as much as you want when you're on Game Time tickets, because you're going to find out the cost is probably a lot less than face value for certain events, or you're going to be amazed that you can get floor seats to an event, or be sitting behind home plate, 50-yard line, whatever it is, sitting down close to that event. Game Time Tickets makes it possible. And we help make it a little bit more possible because when you use code DNVR, you get $20 off your first purchase. Make sure you use that code DNVR when you sign up. And for the NBA Finals, look, it's not affordable. The average fan, of course, is going to get priced out. That's just how it goes. But if you wait closer to the start of the event and you're like, look, I'm willing to plunk down a couple $100, maybe even $1,000. Right now, it might be hard to get in through that front door, but if you wait
I've got numbers for you right now if you want.
If you wait about an hour and a half before that game, those prices could start to come down because a lot of the ticket sellers, that's their wish. Right now is their wish price, but it drops, and Game Time Tickets helps you take advantage of that. What are we looking at right now, Suzie?
All right, so I'm looking at single tickets, cheapest way to get in the door, lowest price right now, $526. You're all the way up. Yeah. But yeah, you can get in for under 600 if you just want to get in the building.
And that's, it's history. So you want to get in there. And look, if you're not able to come down to the DNVR bar, if you're not able to go to the NBA Finals at Ball Arena or down in Miami, create the environment in your own home. And FOCO allows you to do that incredibly easy. When you go to FOCO, they've got gear and memorabilia and bobbleheads, caps, you name it, for all your favorite professional sports teams and many, many colleges as well. So it's not just here in Colorado, it's all around the country. So you can get some gifts for some people. And when you use code DNVR, of course, you're going to get 10% off all non-presale items. Thanks to our homies over at FOCO.
I wore that FOCO straw Rockies hat literally all weekend.
It probably paired really well with that corn you were eating, I bet, right?
Yes, thank you to Megan Hangley for bringing corn to my house.
That's it. All right, so as we said at the start of the show, we don't particularly like the Diamondbacks, but we're cool with snakes. So we're going to do our fantasy snake draft snake style. That's it. Yeah. Suzie, I'm going to let you go first. We're going to pick some of our favorite snakes or snake-related items because again, we're not trying to disparage all snakes. What do
Yes.
we
All
got?
right. Well, round one for me. I've got long hair. Got to be the drain snake.
Ooh.
It is very needed for my life.
Yeah, as a guy who previously had long hair and has a wife with long hair,
Hmm.
they can be incredibly helpful. I like the mechanical ones where you can hook it up to your drill and you're really ripping that thing around. You're pulling out hair from like the Stone Age. So I'm a fan of that. Back when they had plumbing in the Stone Age.
Yes, of course.
Great first pick. All right. Well, it's no surprise. This is kind of a continuation of yesterday when we compared every NL West team to a wrestler. Did that with Derek Montilla,
I'm
and that was
glad
a
I
lot of
missed
fun.
that show.
Yes, and so it's no surprise. I'm going with Jake the Snake Roberts, great WWE wrestler. He's in the Hall of Fame. Was in the
There's a
documentary.
wrestling Hall of Fame.
There is WWE. There's like a couple. There's not a Cooperstown type place. They kind of just take it on the road.
Okay.
It's everybody gets in pretty much for the most part. Beyond the Mat documentary, sad life. Drug addict, all kinds of stuff. But then another documentary later on, DDP helps him out. The resurrection of Jake the Snake. Check that out. And he was in one episode of Boy Meets World. Jake the Snake Roberts, my first pick.
Okay. I don't know what to say to that. I'm like, is this how other people feel when I talk about Taylor Swift? Like, they're just like, what is she talking about? Or like astrology. I'm just like, everything you said, just like right over my head. Did not absorb a single word of it.
All right, since it's a snake draft, I get the next pick. And James in the chat, you nailed it. That's my number 2, Jake the Snake Plummer. That's right. Yes, I mean, his name is Jake. So is he the snake for Ken Stabler, right? Another great NFL quarterback. Is it from just because it's Jake the Snake Roberts? No, we're talking about Jake the Snake Plummer, 4-year quarterback for the Denver Broncos. Still has the most passing yards in a single game, 499 back in 2004. Did make the Pro Bowl with the Broncos in 2005. And yes, did beat Tom Brady in the postseason in the 2006 AFC divisional round here in Denver. Second pick is Jake the Snake Plummer.
You simply love to see it. My second favorite snake, a very entertaining snake, the beer snake. The only good thing to ever come out of Wrigley Field is a beer snake.
Oh man, shots fired. Jeez.
Woo-hoo, I'm always firing shots. I just wake up and choose violence every day.
We had a beer snake at the bar too, right? So
I guess it wasn't quite a snake because it didn't move like that. It was was a tower. It was the Mile High Golden City Ale Tower, and it was the most beautiful skyscraper in all of Denver for a couple of hours.
The Castle D Brick Brew. Yeah, that's more of that than a beer snake. All right, I like that. That's a good one. You're thinking outside the box. I feel like at some point we have to select something that doesn't actually have snake in the name, and I'm wondering if your next pick is going to check off that box.
Yeah, we had to pick Sylvester Stallone at Cobra. Had to.
Ooh.
Rocky by proxy. Let's go. Yeah, I got to support my dude, who's such a big part of my culture growing up.
There you go. Yes, Lieutenant Marion Cobretti with the shades, the toothpick. I mean, also too, like being a badass. So his nickname is Cobra, but his real name is Marion. I get why you would have that nickname of Cobra. You'd go with that rather than Lieutenant Marion.
Wasn't John Wayne's real name Marion?
Or maybe it was Meredith.
No.
Yeah. I think it might have been
Meredith.
Yes, it was a double M name, and it's escaping me right now.
Marion Morrison.
That's
not
right.
Meredith Patrick. Get out of here.
Meredith is a good male name there.
Is it?
Yeah. All right, I like that. Cobra. That's it. Just quotation marks around it. Cobra from the movie Cobra. All right. I am still going to be unoriginal, and I'm going to pick exactly a snake. Rather, it's going to be Snakes, a song by Old Dirty Bastard. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, first reference of a member of the Wu-Tang Clan here. ODB off Return of the 36 Chambers, his first rap album there in 96. Grammy nominated for Best Rap Album. Features Brooklyn Zoo, Shimmy Shimmy Ya, as well as Snakes. That's one of my favorite tracks on there.
Okay.
And for my final pick, as this is a snake draft,
yes,
I'm going to pick a Python, and it's going to be Monty Python. The entire group. That's it. It's a value pick there. I'm getting like 5 or 6 guys, depending on the original cast or auxiliary players. The Meaning of Life, Life of Brian, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, toss in all of John Cleese's work, whether it's A Fish Called Wanda or Faulty Towers. Give me Monty Python as my final pick. That's the one that's going to put me over the edge.
I got to tell you something. I have never seen any Monty Python anything.
Really?
Are they just like a bunch of movies? Or was it a show?
No, it was a series. It was just like sketch comedy. It's very absurd.
Okay.
I haven't gone back because you really need to be like activate your brain when you're watching it because it's kind of wild. You can't be like passive and in watching it. It's very different to say the least. But yeah, the movies translate I think a little bit better because it's more longer form and they're like, all right, let's play this out just a little bit. So I like that. And James called this one on the chat too. He did say Monty Python. Look at that. Did.
Basically, you and James are the same person.
I think so.
Is what I'm gathering.
Might be.
All right, my last pick. Are you ready? It's extremely on brand.
Ooh. Okay. Is it possible for me to guess it or no? It's on brand?
It's on brand.
I got nothing. I don't know.
It's the snake, the giant snake from Taylor Swift's Reputation tour.
Oh my gosh.
I could have picked this one first, but I had a feeling it wouldn't go early in the draft.
Wow. Yeah, you knew that was safe because I don't actually know it.
You have no idea. No, she is just like, listen, the Reputation album, very snake themed. So there was like this giant snake that was part of the set decoration of her last tour.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, Cobra. See, I was thinking it was more of a Britney Spears, I'm a Slave for You, 2001 albino Burmese python kind of situation. No, it's
it's just this like big thing.
Cobra Commander. I'm getting some Cobra Commander. Is she a G.I. Joe kind of? She a big G.I. Joe fan?
No, I don't know what this means. You're not talking my language.
Oh man, that's okay. Well, we'll have to put this out on social media to find out who had the best draft. I mean, I think you did really well, but the fact that I got a Bronco on there, someone from Wu-Tang, I think I'm gonna have the edge. But you're gonna get.
You know what? I don't care what support I get because these are all like things that I really love and appreciate. So I'm gonna sleep well at night, knowing that I did a good job.
Next draft that we have, I'm going to scout ahead of time and think, what would Suzie draft? And I'm going to try to scoop those up real early. Like immediately, I'm just going to go, all right, how does this relate to Taylor Swift? And then that's how I'm going to arrange my draft board just so I can really, make you not feel as good about as your snake draft as you do. Because I think we both feel good about our snake drafts. That's good.
Yeah, I do. I feel great. Why would you want me to feel not great?
I don't know.
Nerve.
Look,
the nerve, Patrick.
Now that the Red Bull's kicking in, you might want to feel great and feel cool by having a little Breck Brew Avalanche Ale. I'm sure there's some nearby. I mean, our office is at a bar. We've got mini fridges pretty much just everywhere. Is there a mini fridge built into our new studio somewhere?
I'm looking. I don't see. I am missing because back before we redid the studio, there was just like a bottle of Malort sitting under the producer's desk, and it's not there anymore. So I still haven't tried Malort. Like it's a thing that like I feel like I need to sample. I don't see a mini fridge in here right now. I think that would be a great addition.
Stock and fill the Breckenridge Brewery Avalanche Ale. I mean, that's the stuff with the American Amber that blends the pale chocolate caramel malts. It's the well-rounded, flavorful beer. It is the Harold Castro of Breckenridge Brewery beers. It's amazing. Soon to be maybe Coco Montes of beers. We'll see. Maybe he gets his opportunity.
Oh my gosh, Coco.
I would love to see that. Yeah, again, if you want to know what we're drinking here at the DNVR studios and how we're celebrating the NBA finals, and you're not in our area, fear not, just go to the Breck Brew locator on breckbrew.com, type in Avalanche Ale or even Mile High City Golden Ale and find out where you can get some Breck Brew near you. Yeah, you can also get yourself some Shady Rays at shadyrays.com. It's actually that simple. You use code DNVR and simply put, you buy one, you get one for free. It's really great. If you don't like the pair of shades that you get, you're going to love them, first off, because the images match exactly what it shows. Yahir got the same pair as me, Suzie. I don't know if you know that. Different
he
color.
would.
The same.
Oh, I want to see him wear those. Like, that would be such a vibe. But look what I have right now. My Shady Rays.
There you go. Found them. They've been found.
Yes.
And and Shady Rays technically found them for you in their factory because they found out that you'd lost your pair, but fear not, because for anyone that loses their pair of glasses, they've got a lost and broken replacement policy. You lose them, you break them, they will hook you up with a new pair. It's really cool, really convenient what they're able to do as an independent sunglass company. So use code DNVR. Head down to the Park Meadows Mall if you want to try these on in person. Again, if you don't like them, you can get a full refund within 30 days. It's really nice. It's Shady Rays, the independent sunglasses company, rated 5 stars by over 200,000 folks.
Yeah, not everyone likes to shop online for things that you wear. So this is kind of like a low risk situation to do that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right. You want to do some gossip?
We've got the goss. Got some hot goss.
Yeah.
I'm all ready for that.
All right. You know what? Let's start in Arizona. Did you know, Patrick, or did you hear that Arizona actually put out a warning for Justin Lawrence's sweeper?
I did. He or someone impersonating him tweeted it out. Going with the bit still. That was amazing. I really looked at it a couple times and thought, it's Photoshop. It's a Photoshop. It's not a Photoshop, is it?
No, it's got to be real. I'm assuming they mean a street sweeper, so I'm sure Corey Sullivan can be happy about that. He is very anti the word sweeper, but Justin Lawrence, he leaned into it. But yeah, this was such a funny tweet that he put out the other night. I was cracking up.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it's called a street sweeper, not a street slider. So,
Ooh.
Corey, how are you what's your rebuttal on that?
You know what? That's the hill he's gonna die on, which I just think is so funny. Because, like, yeah, when he has an opinion, like, that is his opinion.
You know what you need to do, Suzie? You need to make it your mission. Oh, I love that sign. That's it.
Yeah, there it is.
I wonder if he took this or if somebody shared it with him.
I don't know.
So it's like, Suzie, I can't see the tweet. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Oh my God. So did you see this tweet by Justin Lawrence? It's crazy.
No way. That's insane, Patrick. Alyssa's like, get me out of this room.
This is Three Stooges type comedy here, but I love it. That's why you got to watch on the DNVR. Yeah, this section of the podcast, people are like, forward, I don't know what's going on. They jump on the DNVR Sports channel on YouTube. That's a good tweet. I really wonder though if that was his photograph or if someone shared it with him.
We're gonna find out eventually. We're gonna research this, of course. We're gonna get into. We're gonna figure it out. Don't worry.
No, your mission this season is to bully Corey Sullivan to get onto Twitter. He won't do it.
You know what? I support everyone staying offline. Being online is terrible. It's awful for your mental health. And if you make a decision to not be online, honestly, God bless you.
But then who's gonna reply in the comments to your tweets? Careful what you wish for, Suzie. Careful what you wish for.
You know what? There's always going to be a lot of adrenaline addicts like me or like validation addicts who will be online. But if you have set that boundary for yourself, I'm never going to try to stop you.
There you go. That's fair. Very fair.
Oh, James saved them a Lort for after the Nuggets win. Actually, no. I think we're supposed to drink Rakia.
Yeah, we got the Rakia. I wanted to mention that. Yeah, we've got specials on that at the DNVR bar all throughout the NBA Finals. Yeah, man. Celebrate. Is it Serbian vodka or what is it?
No, it's kind of, it's more like a brandy.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's because it's clear. That's why I assumed it was like a vodka, but.
No, I don't think it's clear. It's kind of brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's brown.
Rakia.
Right? Am I wrong? Yeah. It's brown. Yeah. I'm like, am I crazy? Am I? Did I drink something else? Like what? All right. Did you hear that PETA is coming after Guardian's Will Brennan after he accidentally killed a bird with a liner? This happened like so many times in like the past couple of weeks.
It's at least twice, maybe a third time. Are they really going after him?
No. So this is
Okay.
part true, part false. No, but
Ah.
he did anticipate some flack from that, and he actually tweeted out, "I'm truly sorry," at PETA and bird enthusiasts. So Patrick, he's applying this apology to you too.
Apology accepted, Will. Apology accepted.
He said an unfortunate sacrifice. So this Memorial Day week, let us remember the birds who gave their life to the sport of baseball.
Zac Gallen has not apologized to me yet. So he hasn't apologized personally, and he hasn't apologized to just my whole bird watching enthusiast
Did Zac
family.
Gallen kill a bird too?
Yeah, he was warming up in the outfield.
This was the other day. Yeah, I did bring it up. It's happened so many times in the past week. Like I can't. I'm like,
It's
right?
good.
Yeah, that was the original one that just happened.
You spread so much gossip that when it comes back around to you, you're like, "What did you?"
What?
Oh my god! I thought that maybe
Where
that
did
was.
you hear that?
I thought maybe that was a thing, but now that you're telling me, now it has to confirm it. Like, no, you were actually my source. So
Well, that's the thing about me. I just spread so much gossip. I don't know what is true, what is false anymore, because I commit to the bit.
that's it. That's it. That's a full-on performance right there. I love it.
Thank you. All right, I got one more piece of gossip. Did you hear that Wade Boggs is the new spokesperson for Pabst Blue Ribbon beer?
I have a lot to say about this. Now, when I was an umpire,
Mhm.
I had this red facial hair and it had maybe a different configuration, but I pulled off my my face mask and I heard
Mhm.
from one of the parents nearby, "Is our umpire Wade Boggs?" Now,
What?
I didn't
Was
look.
it?
I didn't look his age at all at the time, but I guess maybe there was some resemblance with the red facial hair. But I thought here you were going to say maybe KFC because Wade Boggs, he was very superstitious. He would eat chicken before every single game. That was like his thing. And I know also quite famously in Homer at the Bat, the great Simpsons episode, he didn't get to play in the game because he was in a bar drinking beer with Barney and got knocked out. Was he drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon? I really hope that this rumor is true.
It's just 100% true. This was taken from a headline. It's just like a thing that is true.
Who is learning that Wade Boggs is a spokesman for Pabst Blue Ribbon is like, yeah, I think I need to start drinking that beer now and put away my Breck Brew 15er pack. Like, I don't.
You
That's
know
a
what?
very specific kind of person.
It is. It's very specific, but you know what? It got us all talking about Pabst Blue Ribbon again. When's the last time you talked about PBR? I haven't talked about PBR in years, and now look at
College.
us
It's like
talking
college.
about PBR for free on our show.
Man,
They got us. They
do.
got us good.
Will we ever see a Rockies get on board with a Rockies player get on board with Breck Brew? I mean,
Ooh,
I hope
you know
it
what?
doesn't-
That would be like such a great sponsorship. Like
It is.
years from now, when like Charlie Blackmon retires, like cracking open a Breck Brew in the woods. Like I'm picturing the ad right now.
like a beer that is marketed towards fly fishermen. Him and Daniel Bard, you're like, oh man, like who's his fly fishing buddy? And then boom, Bard pops out of the tent, and you're like, okay, this is a commercial. You know what? I mean, I hate to say it, but because of the name of the stadium that they play in, I don't know if the Rockies are ever going to do business with Breck Brew. I hope not. I hope I'm proven wrong because
Yeah.
they're missing out. They're the only of the big four teams in Denver that aren't sitting at the cool kids table when it comes to Breck Brew, man. It's a shame.
I know. Well, that's why the guys have to wait until after they retire to do those ads.
That's true. So is that a prediction? We need to do more of we need to do in 20 years prediction game of randomness. This would be one of them. Charlie Blackmon, Daniel Bard, Breck Brew, Fly Fisherman Ale. Doesn't sound great. They've got 20 years to work on the branding of this new beer.
This is why you're not working in the branding, because that title was a little much.
No, definitely not. No, Fly Fisherman IPA. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll have to figure out what's going to go on the game tonight because we've got Dinelson Lamet making his first start since 2021. Let's go.
Dinelson Lamet, the starter. I did not think I would see this, especially in Colorado, especially this season. But, this is just we are in the Wild West right now.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, he's a free agent after this year, so I mean, he's kind of playing for something right now. So, if there wasn't a reason to just being competitive and going out there and doing your best, he's got some money on the line, so he wants to do that. His numbers down in AAA have been fantastic. 10 2/3 innings pitched, only giving up 1 earned run, so he's been great. He's got the haircut now, so he's a little more free and loose. First haircut as a big leaguer. He had it growing out since his rookie days in San Diego, so now. It's a little bit shorter there, so you might not recognize him, especially not going to recognize him in the first inning. You're going to go, oh, God, who got taken out of the game, and now we're already going to the bullpen? The bullpen is the starting rotation, folks. The bullpen is the starting rotation.
What is a bullpen even? What is a starting rotation even?
Exactly.
Who knows?
Exactly.
Baseball's made up. We all know that.
The Rockies are going with the opener approach like 5 years after it became trendy, except their openers are trying to go 4 or 5 innings. So you know what? Whatever works. Whatever works for you, Rockies. We'll be talking about it over on the Twitters at DNVR_Rockies. At Patrick D. Lyons is where I Twitter at.
And you can follow me at the Suzie Hunter on pretty much all platforms.
Including Pinterest.
Yes, thank you.
That's right. Well, we'll put a pin in this, and folks, you know what they say about momentum.
I've literally never heard what we say about momentum.
Because you don't pay attention. Oh, we'll talk about that.
It's true. I don't.
They say because we put a pin in it, we come back to the pin, and then we get the momentum on Friday for a Suzie show. Do you got a time for that?
5:00, baby. Christian Sayas co-hosting. It's going to be a good one.
That's it. No FAC club though.
No. I think we've got a private event here.
I mean, technically you're gonna be having a private FAC club with Charles Barkley, but nobody else will be able to participate. So actually, kind of enjoy that, It'll
be fun. It'll be fun.
So tune in on Friday just to see if maybe Barkley comes on the show. He's got some baseball takes, I think. Barkley's baseball takes on Friday. How about that for momentum? Check back DNVR Sports Channel live on YouTube.